What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Killer B, the goddamn witch fighter general. You got a witch, I'm burning their asses up. About time we on the screen. We on the screen here. We live, motherfuckers. We live. We got Niggy Springfield on the joint. We got Lana Rubinite. I am vengeance. God damn it. Got his sword. I know he got his machete ready and shit. So we about to get into this motherfucker here. Um, if you guys could help me share this thing, because I'm on this phone and stuff. I should have shared this motherfucker before I started the goddamn thing, but it's all good. And I like to thank Alon. It's the um new member of the supporters group. So you know what I'm saying. We can start this shit off right to all my supporters. Around the Rubinite, Negi Springfield, Sister P, Brainstorm Homeschool Academy, Josh, Siberius the Sleeping Serpent, Myron Edwards, Bill Hill, um, Yasu, Victor Always, Sahara Jr., and my main man Miguel, San Miguel TV. So we got Big Ho up in here. We got Jordan Bailey up in here. Post link. All right, I'll drop the link up in there and shit. Hold on. All right, post comment. Hold on, let me I get it up in there. Hold on, 1 second. I forgot who you was, Jordan Bailey, but don't come over here and no foolishness. But hold on, just give me a minute. I'll get it up in there and shit. Oh shit. See Killer B and shit. I don't look like that motherfucker, right? See? I don't look like that motherfucker. Right? Well goddamn. Can't turn this bitch off. Hold on. Why the shit? Turn the son of a bitch off. You know when you hit it and then the motherfucker you hit it again and the shit just be delayed. There you go. There you go. So yeah, y'all see for yourself. I don't look nothing like that son of a bitch y'all had in the motherfucking videos. We gonna get into that shit too. So ain't nobody scared and shit. So with that, shit, got all the pretty ladies going around and walking around here and shit. I could be, yeah, we check you out, lady, check you out. But yeah, yo. So there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on and stuff. We got JJ 7000 was on the run yesterday. He wants to lie, and hopefully we get it's Orange Box. That's right, that's Orange Box. Yeah, I get you up in here and shit. You made me get caught lacking Orange Box and shit, fucking around. All right, try to get this thing up in here. We ain't talking about no coach shit. It's strictly fucking up these goddamn coats. So, uh, goddamn, this, you gotta give me a second, Orange Box. I'm trying. This phone driving me crazy. I don't want to delay the show. All right. Oh, just give me a sec, Orange Box. Just give me a second on this. When I get one of them talking, I get some time so I can concentrate on that. I get you up in here. So we got some serious shit that been going on yesterday. We got Rob Rack getting exposed for being at the gay parade with some cowboy chaps on, nigga. Cause y'all picture that shit? Rob Rack with some booty shorts on with cowboy chaps. Like what the fuck kind of shit is that, yo? What the and what's ill about it is shit is what I've been saying the whole time. And all the shit, shout out to Clyde Diva, all the shit Clyde Diva was saying. Yeah, Big O, that shit wild, right? That shit. Did you see that, Big O? Did you see that shit? Clyde Diva smoked that motherfucker, yo. That motherfucker smoked like a goddamn brisket, like a Texas brisket. That motherfucker talk all that shit, talk all that big macho. I'm hard in the fucking nail bullshit. But really, this motherfucker out here finessing men and shit for their money, and his lover of 8 years and shit told Clyde Diva everything about him. How he's a slob, that he throws up on himself, that she tired of this hanging with this motherfucker and he throwing up on himself. That's somebody with fucking issues, yo. And then we got Jeremiah Judah, um, 50 something years old. You on the pre-trial GPS monitoring system, and you sign a contract. That's the reason that you sign a contract to get your ass out of jail, and wear that monitor. And if something goes wrong with that monitor, you supposed to report immediately to the authorities and shit and get that shit fixed. No, this nigga want to go take off and shit. Call the niggas when he want to call them and shit, right? So Miss Tia, hopefully we get Miss Tia up in here. I sent her the link. I don't know if she know how to get up in this motherfucker. But Jeremiah Judas today is trying to get everybody to think that he never was on the road, that he was home the whole time. Right? That the motherfuckers wasn't looking for him. You motherfucker. Don't you know we got all the receipts over here? We got the goddamn voicemail from the from the GPS monitoring operator calling Miss Tia, letting her know that they can't find his motherfucking ass and shit, and giving her updates on all the shit that's going on about you until your ass turn yourself in and shit and got a new GPS monitor or the charger. You had to get say, I know everything. Don't play with me. So this shit is fucking crazy, yo. This shit is crazy. And he's trying to slander me now to try to get the heat off him, but it's not working. It's not working. Today, this woman with the big Burt Reynolds mustache and shit, Kafira, I believe her name is and shit. She looked like goddamn Burt Reynolds and shit. Her mustache is so big. So, I told you to stay out of this shit. JJ starts running his mouth. You know, when you're dealing with an alcoholic, nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense when you're dealing with an alcoholic. He continued to slander me. Oh, you a pedophile. You a child. You a homosexual. I'm like, goddamn, I'm all three of those motherfuckers. And you ain't got no evidence of none of that shit. What they're trying to use is an old video that Yara bin Nazareth made of a video of a man, which they put my avatar over their face. Now, if it was me, why did they put the avatar over the guy's face? Why did they just let the people know what he looked like? Right? So they took audio from my video. It's the one with I got Little Richard on the thumbnail. If you go watch that, you hear the original audio of me and saying, I'm just ashamed. I'm ashamed of myself. Like, don't say that's what I'm saying. And what I was talking about is how Judah Nazareth had those young boys like Alon, Ron Harrow, Kodash, his name, not the Quanon nigga, Kodash. And if I'm not mistaken, Alon, they wasn't they in high school? Shalimar, all them was in high school when they was in tour nights.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
No, the only one who was in high school at the time was Brother Yazar. But the rest of the brothers from the first class of Sakari, well, they left them and became tour nights. They were young men. They was in their early 20s.
They were in their early 20s. I thought they were in high school. Because I remember Shalimar, I thought was in high school. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I was wrong.
Yeah, no problem.
But Yazar was a high school kid. So, well, anyway, they was very young men and shit. They look like kids to me. I'm grown ass man, right? So, how they was manipulating them and shit. So I was like, I'm ashamed because I let all that shit go down, right? How, like, you know what I mean? All the slander shit and like holding these niggas basically hostage. The sniper is gonna get you. I remember that shit. Remember Judah put the thing and said, "Oh, I got motherfuckers watching you." And he was talking about me, and I'm like, I'm not paying no attention to these little motherfuckers and shit. Like, but he was putting it out there like that. I was good when a motherfucking shit act up like somewhere and shit. Yeah, I be on their motherfucking ass and shit. But like them, I'm like, these are good kids. Like, they don't like be doing the dumb shit. Just like SOJ once was. SOJ started out just like Quanash and Shalimar and all them.
Yeah, that was always so weird because, you know, the threat was that you would be the one coming after all of us, but you never came after me. That was
yep.
That just always blew me away because it was like, an empty threat.
Yeah. Oh, Tia did make it up in here. All right, bet.
Yeah, the thing about all of this is, I'm sorry.
Nah, go ahead. Oh, welcome, Tia.
Hi,
Yeah,
can you?
how you doing? The thing about all of this is, man, the internet is like a sharp knife. You understand what I'm saying? You can cut someone else with it, and you can cut yourself with it. A lot of these guys in these groups are not skilled in the art of learning when to put out certain information and when to hold back certain information. And because of that, it's what you got now. A lot of these guys are going out here pointing fingers, saying you this, you that, blah 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 boom. All the meanwhile, they got a graveyard in the closet. Fuck a skeleton. They got a graveyard in the closet. All right. It's full of dead men's bones, as the Bible said. So that's why, and this has been happening for the past 2 years. Adultery, pedophilia, pedophilia. Everybody's getting exposed. And the people that are getting exposed are the people that's going out finger pointing, saying, "Oh, you a pedophile," with no proof.
Yep.
You a child molester with no proof. So to say all this, and I'm gonna go back on mute because I'm doing a lot of loud shit in here. The Most High hates a false balance. Point blank, period. God hates the false balance. And I'm gonna get back to y'all.
All right, and they're not even following this book that they claim to be all passionate about and shit. Like when I was in that shit, I was passionate with that shit. I was dead ass serious. Like I was dead motherfucking serious. I was talking to Tia last night and was telling her like shit, I ain't go to no Christmas parties, no birthday parties, didn't celebrate no goddamn Father's Day, none of that shit for 20-something goddamn years. And now I want to do the shit, the COVID shit, fucking all that goddamn shit up. But we got Tia, Miss Tia up on here. What's up, Miss Tia? I know you got a lot to say.
Hi. Yeah, I had to shut my door at my office.
Okay. Yeah, so it was a crazy day yesterday. Tell the people about what went on yesterday. I know, and I spoke a little on it and stuff. But let the people know in detail and stuff what happened. Whatever you can say.
Well, yesterday we were just at home on Sunday, just chilling, and got a phone call from the pretrial service, and they said, "Well, we just want to let you know that Antone, because that's his real name, the GPS has been deactivated, and we have contacted him. He's not answering our calls." So we're going to dispatch police out and everything. So when I was talking to you, and as soon as you went live with that he had GPS, all of a sudden he returned their phone call and told them that his GPS charger hasn't been working for a couple of days. And they were like, "Well, you know better, if it's not working, you need to be down here." So they gave him until 6:30 to get from where he was at to the jail to get a new charger. Well, he didn't get there till 7:30, and then they did not get back to me until 11:30. GPS was now back activated.
Yep. So, because he got on the internet this morning in a group that I was in, telling people that they was never looking for him, that he was home the whole time. And to my understanding, like I asked you, he had that time limit to get to the jail and get the charger or whatever the fuck he had to do to get the shit turned back on. You told me that he was over an hour away.
Yeah, because he because he lives in Aurora. He had to go all the way to the Golden Jail. That's an hour away. It's about an hour drive from where he lives. At that time, I mean, maybe he could have made it a little sooner, but they said that he told them he had to get on a bus and then take a light rail to get there. And that's why so they told him 6:30, but he didn't show up till 7:30. And then finally I got that text that I forwarded you where they, at 11 something, where they said he finally got his GPS plugged in and it's now charging.
Okay. Now I think I got something confused. I want to make, because I want to make this shit like saying perfect. Like, know what I'm saying? So he was home? Was that where he lives? Where he was and had to go to the jail? Or he was somewhere other than home?
Oh, they don't know where he was, exactly where he was at. Because the GPS was not activated. So they have no clue where he was at. And he wasn't answering their call. When they call him, he has to answer. He knows that. He did not answer. He did not even call them back until after you aired that GPS thing. Then all of a sudden they got a phone call from him telling them that it was dead and it has been dead or it wasn't working. And that's why they're like, you have till 6:30 to get down to the jail because you know better. Like, why would you let it get to the point that it's dead, especially on the weekend, and then you don't answer our call, and then all of a sudden you call?
And the reaction to everybody was pretty chaotic. I know I was pretty nervous for you too, because I know how crazy these people could be. He could be going on his way to kill you, kill somebody in your family, or go kill himself.
Well, and it's funny because, well, it's not funny, but my friend, this morning, she told me, I was going to watch that live stream where he was going to go live and tell his side of the story, and she goes, then all of a sudden it was off. And then all of a sudden, all that happened. And all I could think was he was going to come and film himself doing something to you. Like, that's what like my friends and family were thinking, that were like, ready to have been watching this stuff and following it. And my daughter, like, it really, really shook her up. That was her dad wanted to take her, just in case anything. And she did not want to leave because she was like, started crying. And she was like, I can't leave because if I leave, I'm the only thing that stopped her from this, her dying, however she put it, last time. So, if I'm not here this time, who's going to be here to stop him if he comes?
Right.
Like, that's not something a 15-year-old girl should have to carry on her shoulders.
Exactly. And it's a shame that she has to, like, remember this for the rest of her life. She'll never forget this altercation happened. And and you've been learning a lot. I know you sent me the thing about Malachi York this morning, and I was shocked that you dug that up. I was like, holy shit. I was like, she on it. Right? And Nagy, I'm glad you're on here with Nagy. This is my buddy here, Nagy Springfield. Then Nagy having some sips and shit. So I'm looking for Nagy to turn up. He's mighty quiet and shit over there. I'm looking for Nagy to turn up.
I'm sitting here keeping my mouth shut for a little bit, just so people know that I know how to, comport myself in public. But I do have a little bit in me, so I'm going to eventually do a little, go a little crazy.
Get wild and crazy, Nagy. This is like Animal House and shit when you're on the Killer Bee show. Shit.
I know. I got to do the old Thor Night thing where I had fun.
I haven't seen Animal House in a long ass time. Let me shut the fuck up for this some crazy shit of that movie these niggas trying to get me on. But I want you and Tia to definitely link up and do a video together, because I think it's because you'll be good, because you're in the cult, but not as like a GMS Israelite where you believe that you're an Israelite. You wasn't an Israelite, and you embraced the whole culture, and you believed in what they were teaching and stuff like that. So Tia is just blown away about this shit. Like, I've been telling her, and I told her last night, I was like, yo, I didn't even give you like 10% of this shit. And she can barely handle the shit that I'm giving her now. Like, know what I mean? And It's crazy.
It's some crazy stuff for sure. But what's weird is what I embraced the idea that I was an Edomite, because when I joined Torah Nights, that was almost like me finding a camp that I could be part of, because one of the things that I was trying to do is I was thinking, you know, if I could get these guys to accept me on some level, what would I do? So that's when I found Judah's channel, and I ended up becoming part of it. I commented on every video he put up, so that's how it started. So it was like, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. All this is like I was telling Killer B, I thought this shit only happened in the movies. Like, I feel like I'm living in a movie. Like, I can't even, in the more research that I do on him, like just on everything, but you know, my, you know, one target, but I'm like, all these videos that I found and have saved and uploaded and sent over to who needs to see them. I'm blown away by some of the things I hear him say, and that wasn't the person I knew. So then I'm like, I got played here. Yeah, I'll admit I got played real good, but I'm just blown away.
So I got a question for you. You mentioned Malachi Z. York. He was kind of a crazy dude himself. Did you know that he also did the Hebrew thing?
No, the only reason why I knew that name is because I was looking and I got an email that he was following me, and I was like, who? So I went over there and I looked and I was like, this is some creepy stuff. So then that's when I sent that over and was like, who is this guy?
Wait. You say somebody that was following you had the name Malachi Z. York?
Yeah. That's that picture I sent you. I said,
oh, shit.
I said, yeah,
I thought you were just talking about the guy himself, because he's locked up in prison. Like, he's literally like under the fucking prison. Like, he's on like max. He's like super max.
Following me under that name.
Yeah, that's somebody that's under that name that's following you. You're gonna get a lot of weirdos following you now. You're gonna get a ton of them. And you're gonna go to their channels and stuff and look at the shit content that they got. It's gonna be crazy shit. There's gonna be a lot of crazy shit.
My mind blowing. I'm just preparing myself for more. I'm just like, oh my god.
I kind of feel bad for you, because one of the things that I went through some stuff, but I gotta say, the weird thing is you're probably gonna go through it worse. You know, women get it worse from these guys. They don't like women very much, and you know. The other thing is, if they're not treating you like crap, they're treating you like, you know, future wife material or whatever, concubine material. You gotta deal with all these dudes. They're gonna be like basically trying to convince you to be their sex slave.
Yeah, that's not gonna ever happen.
So they're gonna try to do it in a very, you know, like a pimp does. They're gonna do it nice, but they're gonna do it, you know, with that in mind. That's their goal. So that's like,
it's horrible. Like, I don't understand. Like,
yeah,
I always, I don't know how. I guess they don't care how people treat their mother or sister. I mean, they would be okay with their mother and sister being treated that way, and that's, I don't know. That's a woman that gave birth to you. Like, she birthed you, and you're gonna, so disgusting.
Well, here's how they see it. They see it like, you know, you and I, we're not, you know, Israelites, so we're like the outsiders. So we're like less than human. It's a sad thing. They think that we're not human.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm like, and I'll be honest, like, and I've said this, like, was his goal to make me, for him to be the first person to have a white slave, or was that what he was trying to do to me? Like, that's honestly what I feel like right now. The more and more I find out, and the more I research, and the more I see these videos of him, and the more I hear him being scared, and the people he follows, and like, was that their intention? And are these women that are with him, were they in on it? Like, these are things that go through my head, and it's so sickening.
Right. And speaking of the people that in on this, Carla, I'm surprised she not up in here running her goddamn mouth and shit. Oh, corn dog head Carla. So she has a serious issue, and she's putting herself in between this, and I feel y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
All right. So I look at her as somebody that's very like disgusting, because it's hard to pry a woman away from any type of injustice on women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? I mean, you could get women that's in the damn nation of Islam, and they would look at this shit and say, he was wrong for that. He was wrong for what he did. Right? And they wouldn't even say, like, a guy would be like, well, we don't know what everything that happened and shit. A woman wouldn't even give a fuck. They'd be like, nah, fuck that shit. You see her neck and shit? There ain't nothing she could have done with this man, because a man supposed to have more, according to their shit, a man supposed to have more sense than a woman. And the man supposed to be the woman supposed to be the man's reflection. And that woman supposed to be loved as that man loves himself. So with me, I didn't stick around a woman and shit that where I had to feel like I had to choke the shit out of her ass or some shit. No.
Right?
No.
And I'm like, I guess I get mad. Like, I think what really gets under my skin under the whole thing, the cult thing just disgusts me and angers me too, just because I was played. But, you know, what gets under my skin is how he can, you know, get up here and say that, you know, I was crazy and I hit him. I never put my hands on him. First of all, why am I going to walk up to a man that's bigger than me and swing on him? I'm not that stupid. But, you know, it is what it is. I never put my hands on him, and for him to say other things about me, or, you know, and I just feel like he tries to defend himself too much, and then he just talks too much. He's a drunk that talks too much.
Yeah. And that's what he was doing today. And like not making any sense. And he's known for that. You watch him on Sa Neter. That's why Sa Neter have him on there, just to show people how retarded he is and stuff, because he can't even hold a conversation. And this like keeps repeating himself. And it's like saying, all right, for instance, right? The cops was looking for him. He said, I'm at home. And said, you see me at home now, I ain't on the run. I said, nigga, but you was before, nigga. They was looking for you before, nigga. Yeah, now you home. And he ignored the video that I put up showing that, hey, he's home. He's back under observation of the police. Mm-hmm. But he totally ignores that and just starts talking about, I'm home. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, what the fuck? And he said, I got the receipts on you. And said, you think Yara gonna lie? I'm like, yeah, he'll lie. He's known for lying. He's like desperately like 1000% known for lying. If anything, Yara bin Nasser is known for is lying. And that's the reason he made the video on me, because I embarrassed him on the debate he did with Chris Harris, where he lied on a source. And then lied about the credentials of his source.
And then the thing that said that he was going to tell his truth, all of a sudden it turned into a debate. I'm like, you can't keep up with, you know, a liar just lies so much they just can't keep track of their lies.
Right. Me and Negi know somebody and shit that's good for that. Can't keep track of this motherfucking lies so goddamn much.
And I feel bad going at Carla, but like she came at me and I wasn't even going at her. She could have just stayed out of this, because now she's making herself just as guilty, and she doesn't look very good, especially because of the things that he has said and pictures he has, you know, just if she knew, I just wonder if she would still back him like that, knowing how he really feels about her.
Yep. It was funny. He said, that's not a picture of her, right? I'm like, okay, you jackass. You put the shit up there with her name on the motherfucker. Right? Jackass. Like, no, don't say.
And then she wrote that letter where, remember, that letter that she wrote about how he got jumped in Chicago because he was unfaithful to his wife, and like he was trying to be with her, like she was dogging him out too.
And that he was showing a bunch of pictures of a bunch of women today. You should have seen it. You should have seen how many women he put up in that damn thing. But where they at now? And like you say, he got jumped for fucking over one of these women. So obviously, one of these women, he was lying to another woman about his faith. He was lying to another woman.
Well, according to that letter, that's what Carla said. He was infidelity, or, you know, if I'm saying it right, because I'm not looking at it. But, you know, and it's like, wow. And then, like, he turns around and he's got all these pictures and stuff. And it's like, and you're still okay with that? Like, this man is I mean, he's just disgusting. Everything about him is disgusting. Everything about the life is disgusting. And as a woman, a strong woman, it disgusts me to see these women bow down to these men and let them treat that way. He has and everything makes sense too, because I was thinking about this and I was reading and somebody was telling me about how they make the women get all these food stamps and public assistance and give it to them. And he has a food stamps card that's not a state of Colorado. So I'm like, where are you getting food stamps from? And who's giving them to you? I can't even get food.
Question.
I'm a single mom.
Oh, Alon, what you
I have a question, Mr. Yeah. First of all, how you doing, Mr. My name is Alon.
Good. How are you?
I got a few questions. All right, I got a few questions. When that guy was with you, was he working?
He was. When I met him, he said he had just left a temp agency and got this job at D&H, where they worked for Circle K gas lines, but he was just a serviceman, so he just would go out on service calls and pretty much assist his boss or sit in the truck.
And how long do you know he was working for that company before? Did you know when he stopped working for that company?
He was with them only 3 months or something when I met him, and I don't know if he's still working with them now. I don't know if he still has a job with them or not, because when he went to jail, he was working for them. So I don't know if he still has a job with them or not.
So
I can't imagine,
maybe this man.
And they travel. So
wait, hold on. So he was giving you food stamps when he had a job?
Well, yeah. One time he was over and he was like, I have food stamps. You can use this much amount. And I was like, okay. And I looked at it, and it wasn't a Colorado one, but it always was in the back of my mind, like, how does this motherfucker get food stamps? And
now, because he's defrauding the goddamn government, getting food stamps, working, and not reporting that he's working. Because when you get food stamps and you get a job, you got I think it's 2 weeks or a week or something like that to report.
But it wasn't a Colorado food stamp card. It was it has to be from another state, because I know what the Colorado ones are. So he's getting it from another state, which is bullshit too. And I'm like, you're out here using food stamps, and us single moms can't even. That shit makes me even sicker.
So there we got another charge on this nigga and shit. Defrauding the goddamn government and shit. Well, goddamn son of a bitch. Goddamn. Go ahead, Lana. I know you was geared up to say some shit. Go ahead. Lana, you still with us? All right, he probably still doing what he had to do. But oh shit. Why the fuck my shit look like this?
Hey, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me?
Oh, there. Yeah, I hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, now the reason why I asked the question is because, by the way, I'm still in the cult, quote unquote. I'm an Israelite, proudly, but not how these niggas operate. Because when you read the scriptures, the Bible clearly says that a man that does not work does not eat, and any man that does not provide for his household is worse than the unbeliever. I have to say that because he's not the only one that's out here that's just living off of his woman, putting everything in his woman's name, and stuff like that.
Like a drug dealer.
Yeah, that's a characteristic of somebody who's not a man. Now, I don't know the full situation because I heard both sides. I heard his side. on somebody else's platform, and now I just heard your side concerning, the abuse, and it's sad to see that he wasn't upfront with you since the beginning, because you do have Israelites out there that do have wives of another nation, and they wear it proud. You understand? But because he's on that hate, kill the white man shit, right? He had to hide it. You understand?
Yeah.
So, and the thing about it is, what's so sick about all this shit, a lot of this shit ain't even in the Bible that they doing. They learned this shit from another nigga who probably got paid off by the government to cause division. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny you say that, because that's what I've suspected for a long time.
Well, there's another thing too. He erased the video, but I have the video. I already forwarded it, but he admits in a video that he had to stand his ground and put me in a submission. Like, that's not, like, even that's not what happened. But even you saying that doesn't sound good for, like, what man says that?
A very weak one. A very weak one. Like I said, I was a Hebrew Israelite. You wouldn't catch me doing that shit.
And anybody who can even look at him and support him, disgusting.
Oh. Like when I came up in that shit, and I came up somewhere from some of the hardest, ratchetest ass fucking Israelites there is, from the house of David, which is now Great Millstone. And they taught us, if you got to hit your woman, that means you can't handle your woman.
And that's what I'm saying.
And you don't need none. And you don't need one.
His page, so honestly, he ain't in control of nothing. Because they're the ones that out there talking for him, and and it's just I'm just blown away by all of this, and like what happened last night with his little. Come on, you're a grown man. You know better than that. Like, what you had to have other intentions. You know better.
Yep.
And
he need to be report. Go ahead, Timothy. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I just and then I just tell your side of the story. I'm over him. Because the truth comes out, and like I told you, I always come with the feet. So.
Man.
I'm just angry now. Like, I'm angry. Like, this is just so disgusting to me. And the fact that you can't even have enough cojones to admit what you did was wrong. Like, just man up and say you were wrong. What you did was wrong. Everything you're doing is wrong. But I know that'll never happen, because especially now I know who he really is. But I mean,
he's not going to admit it. He's not going to admit it, because he'll lose his following if you do. That's how the majority of these followings at. If you got a large following, you're never going to admit the wrong that you do, ever, because your following is your bread and butter. That's your income, especially if you're getting Patreon money, what they call it, super chat money, Cash App. Your following is your bread and butter.
He never accepts Cash App, because when he was telling me this stuff about the debates, and I never knew it was like a hate thing. It was just he would tell me it was the Black community and people would be jealous, and I'm assuming he meant the women. So I just left it alone. But he's like, yeah, these other fools be taking Cash App, be taking money, but I don't take that stuff, because I get up here and I teach, and I believe that I should be teaching for free for our young to learn the real ways and how to treat women, and that's not okay for these people to do this, and I never take Cash App, never. But he has a Cash App.
Wow.
Of course. They see they all say that in the beginning. Oh man, they ain't taking no donations. I'm about the word. I'm doing this and that. But at the end of the day, they say, man, alms is accepted, but saying you ain't got to give me none. That's a sly way of saying, hey, yo, throw me some on the slide, and I keep doing what I'm doing. You understand? That's the tactic that they use. And I don't want to turn this into a Hebrew Israelite thing because I know what Killer B said in the beginning. This ain't about cults, but I got to get this off my chest, man. For all y'all that read the Bible, y'all still gonna have to explain the commandment, thou shalt not oppress the stranger that is among you. I don't care what camp, congregation, church, cult, secret society, whatever. Y'all got to explain that verse because y'all think it's cool to go out here and act like assholes to people, not knowing that there are consequences for doing so.
It's super funny. That used to be my favorite thing. I used to push that point when I was in the group, Torah Nights. It's crazy that no one else thinks that way.
Like, and what I don't understand, I'm starting to learn and understand, but
here's the thing, though. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I ain't even hear you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
His family, like, I did like FaceTime with like his cousin that lives here in Colorado and everything, and so like his family's not like that. So I'm like, that's so weird, like that you're like that, like. But now I guess like, how does he interact with the families, with the people who are married to white? Like, how does that work? Like, I'm like so confused. I have so many questions. Because his family, some of his cousins and stuff that I FaceTimed with, they know I was white, and there was a lot of red flags that I knew better, I guess. That I didn't know it was like this bad. I didn't know it was this deep.
Yeah. Yeah, man, but I'm sorry that you had to experience that because a lot of us, a big chunk of us, are not like that. The ones that you see on the internet wolfing that bullshit 24/7, they're the ones that carry that spirit on them. So I just want to differentiate. See, this is my first time back on social media in like forever. You understand? I've been doing real man shit, going to school, working. I'm a part-time producer for Ground Zero Wrestling. I'm living my life. These guys, that's all they do. Go on the internet, argue with people, debate, talk shit about people of other nationalities while, they're not doing anything themselves. And again, that's a false balance. There's no balance in that. You understand? Now, I'm part of a camp. Now, do we agree with other nations? No. But do we go out here and be assholes? Absolutely not. Because the scripture says, if it be all possible, to live peaceably among all men. Period.
Oh, man.
So the fact that he did that,
I gotta fix my thing. If y'all can hear me. Hey, Clyde Diva.
Yeah, the fact that he did that, trying to.
Y'all keep it going if y'all can hear me.
I can hear you.
You understand? That's my whole. That's the thing that I'm mad about. The fact that he deceived you and thinking that he was something he wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I feel too. It's like, I never did anything wrong to anybody. Like, why did you want to come at me like that? But not just that. Like, you didn't give me a choice. You didn't tell me who you really were, what you were really about. You didn't give me that choice to be a part of that situation. Like, you should have just been honest with me from the beginning, like, about who you are and everything. And if that's, I mean, I guess it's, I don't know. Like, I don't even know who he is. Like a split personality, like Jekyll and Hyde.
He's a reprobate. That's what he is. He's a reprobate. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that it's other people out here defending and shit, defending what he's doing. You understand? Now I don't know the brother personally, but I could tell when the brother is in some shit that he ain't got no business being into. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And any man that's innocent don't have to be online every fucking day pressing the information. You're supposed to speak your piece in your defense and leave room for the Most High to fight your battle. He didn't do that. He going on other people's live streams. You know what I'm saying? Trying to defend something that is not defendable.
Yeah.
Abuse is not defendable. I don't care who says what. If you got to defend yourself, cool, but just flat out abuse is not defendable. You understand? Like Killer B said earlier, if you got to put your hands on your woman, then that means you weak, because your woman is supposed to be a reflection of you. So if your woman out of order, not saying that she was, but if she out of order, nigga, you better look in that fucking mirror.
Right.
There you go. Yup.
Yeah.
You gotta look in the mirror.
Look in that goddamn mirror, man.
It's just disgusting because this all started over sex, because he felt like I rejected him. Like, and all I wanted to do was order a pizza for my daughter. I had just worked 15 hours. I was tired. I didn't want to cook dinner. I put dinner out, but I didn't want to cook it because I was tired. All I wanted to do was order pizza for my kid. My kid's always going to come first. That's all I wanted to do. And he pouted. I tried to make it right, but obviously that wasn't good enough. Like,
wow. And that's the thing that Hebrew Israelites believe too, that the woman has to give it to him when they say it. Like, that's their prophet. So like they can't say no. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of these groups out there where it would be, rape would be okay, because you know, like, they got that rape doctrine.
Yeah, that sexual deviancy, that cat's guy is disgusting, man. Because what they do is they'll take that one scripture where it says that the woman is not supposed to deny the desire of the man and vice versa. Well, my right. Understand what I'm saying? And if somebody working hard and they come home and they tired, you supposed to be a husband and honor your wife as the weaker vessel, as the scripture says, and show her charity and love, and be like, all right, babe, you know what? Get some rest. We'll try it again later. You understand what I'm saying? Not be like, bitch, better get on your knees and blow my ram's horn, or I'm gonna beat the shit. No, that's out of order. That's out of order, man.
it's just amazing. I was just like, you know, that's what it all came down to, was him feeling rejected, and then he got mad, you know, too, because it was like this led up to like a 2-3 day thing, and the last day, like, I finally just got tired of always pleasing him, and you know, I kind of stopped, and he was like, well, you take forever to finish. And I wasn't being mean, because in a relationship you should be able to tell the partner, hey, you're doing that, I'm not finishing because of this reason, and that's just something you should be able to do if you're having a sexual relationship with somebody. But yeah, and that's why I tried to do that too, and that made him mad. And it's like, okay, well, like, this is all over sex. Like, this is crazy. That's mind-blowing.
Yep. Like, I had a woman, right? It was a long distance relationship and stuff, and like, we loved each other and shit, like, right? And we had came down here. We was gonna go to Rhode Island. This is when the Cheesecake Factory wasn't like all over the goddamn country and shit. Like, we was going to Rhode Island for that and stuff. And you know, I wanted to say, and then she got an attitude. Like, she was giving it to me, like, no problem, but not at that moment. She was like, I want to watch this goddamn movie first and shit. I got an attitude. And I'm like, shit, I'm the goddamn man and shit. Goddamn it, I want that motherfucker. I want the shit when I want it. And she got an attitude and wouldn't get rid of the attitude. You know how the woman is and shit. Know what I did though?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to beat her up and say, you better give me this shit. You know what I did? I grabbed my bag, started putting shit in my motherfucking bag, and she looking at me like I'm fucking this straight crazy. Like, where the fuck you going? I'm like, I'm going home. That's how I handle that shit. That's how I handle that. I fucked up one of the best women I could have had. She Ivy League student, UPenn, Dean's List, and shit. She was going for her doctorate. And shit, I fucked that shit all up. After that, she never talked to my ass again. And I tried to hit her up a couple years ago to tell her she didn't want to hear none of that shit. Right. Yup. But that's how I handled it. I don't if I have to put my hand out, that means like I don't know what I'm doing. Because the cult teaches that the woman is the weaker vessel. So and it's supposed to be a reflection of me. So she dissatisfied. There's something that's wrong with me. It's crazy. And like these internet Israelites don't know how to handle that because they don't got nobody teaching them. They just learning shit they hear on the internet. Because some of these people will teach you.
He wasn't
at least be out of trouble.
Yeah. I don't know.
They'll teach you because a lot of these people are old school heads. A lot of these elders are old school black people, so they're gonna teach you shit to stay the fuck out of trouble. At least, if anything, they'll keep your ass a retarded, weird ass motherfucker, but they'll at least have you out of trouble. Because I know I probably would have been involved with some shit, might have been in jail or who knows and shit. But me being in the cult kept me out of that shit because I had certain guidelines that I had to follow. These motherfuckers know the guidelines and just choose not to follow them. Well, I'm just gonna beat this woman up. Know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
He told me that he was Hebrew Israel. I would have looked that up and I would have been like, "There's the exit."
Yep.
Like, I would have never even stuck around.
Yep. But he wanna be sneaky with it. Wanna be sneaky with it.
We talked about God. We talked about God being Jewish. And then I seen that video where he was talking about, I was like, oh, hell no, he did not.
You hear this shit a lot? He said God is Jewish.
Yeah, we had that conversation in my house because I have Jewish people in my life and stuff. And so we were talking about that. And we were talking about that. And he actually was talking about God being Jewish. So when I found out all this stuff, believe how flabbergasted I was. I was like, this man is fucking a mental case.
Yep. Sad.
Like, you're in my house talking Christian, talking about God, talking about how he's like, the creator of light and he makes all the things on earth and everything's beautiful. And we're talking about, Jesus and God and how Mary got pregnant. And we're looking at the Bible and we're doing all this stuff. And the whole time he fucking hates white people.
You hear this shit a lot. We can't make this shit up. We can't make this shit up. It's all added up. Because she don't know the doctrine, but she just telling her experience, and we like, holy shit.
Alon isn't here, but I'm here, and this is funny to me. This is hilarious to me. I'm just dying.
Yeah, this shit is hilarious.
You're kidding me. And then you're in my house and you're celebrating New Year's with us. We exchanged Christmas gifts. He bought me Tommy Hilfiger boots and a new purse for Christmas. That's what he got me. I got him a Chicago Bulls hat, a red Chicago Bulls hat.
Oh, shoot.
He went to my Christmas party. One of my coworkers that hosted it at his house. Hung out with my coworkers, met them, and they're all different colors. So I'm just like, wow. Like, this is not who I knew. This is not who he presented to me. This is not anything. And then when I hear him preaching and I hear all this other stuff and I go back and I found all this history and these videos of him, I'm like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. This is a movie. Like, I feel like a Lifetime movie, except for it's vice versa. It's the fucking dude that's psycho, not the woman.
Damn. And
shit
you,
is
you
movie
see,
stuff, like Twilight Zone. You know, if I can make that noise that they do, do do do. That's what I feel like I'm in right now.
I got Clyde Diva said that he said that you stole money from him.
I did not steal no money from him. I would love to see that. Why the fuck I gotta steal money from a fucking broke bottom feeder?
They're food stamps.
I make more money in a week than he does in a fucking 2 months. So I don't need to steal no
And
money
you have
from
your
him.
own business, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I do.
Yep. No, I'm asking you.
Oh, do I? Yes,
Yeah.
I used to own the business on my thing. Yeah, I was a nurse for 20 years. Yeah.
A nurse. So they know a nurse don't gotta steal shit for nobody. My ex-girl is a nurse. Her ass make fucking ridiculous money.
Well, I did that for a
Ridiculous
long
money.
time, and then I changed industries, and and I make good money. Like I don't need to steal no money from nobody. How? I don't know. Does he got the receipts for that? I want to see them.
That shit crazy, yo.
I don't need to
And
steal
that's what he
nobody
gotta
money.
do. All these people do is lie. All they do is lie. Like lie. And they're narcissists. Like they do shit is weird. The way they do it is weird. It'll fuck your mind. Like, cause you're like, normal people don't act that way. Even bad normal people don't act that way. You know, you got an asshole, motherfucker, asshole and shit. But excuse my language.
Tried to go crazy with that. Look at this. I got a restraining order on her. She's not allowed to be on any of these platforms. Blah, 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 blah. And all that was the restraining order he tried to file. He went to court on March 3rd, and the judge looked at him and said, "You have nothing to stand on." There's no restraining order on her or me. Like, it's social media. I could go on there, but he's the one with the restraining order, so he's the one that can keep my name out of his mouth. You gotta be real careful because there's people watching.
Yep. He be looking like a fool. He gonna get out there in that courtroom. I hope they call me. I hope they call me to be a witness. I'll sit on there with one of them big Hulk Hogan foam fingers. You know how they got at the wrestling game matches? They got the foam fingers that the crowd be using. Like a big finger showing the one symbol, like the one thing with the hand. I'll be right on the motherfucking bench. I'll be right on the bench and shit. They be like, "Do you see the man or something?" I'd be like, "There he is." I had that big ass fucking foam finger and shit. Over at that motherfucker.
Yeah, this is crazy for me. Like, I'm just blown away. Like,
when he go to jail, I'm gonna be popping bottles and shit. Me and Nagy gonna be getting crunk on this motherfucker.
Like, I'm not backing down. Like, what he did was wrong, and what he put my daughter through is wrong. And then to be ignorant and child enough to be irresponsible with your GPS, there's a whole lot too.
Yep.
And he can't say he was home the whole time because you heard the voicemail from them.
He 7. She found out after they fell out that he was a Hebrew Israelite, so he was living a double life. Tell him about the shrimp. Remember, I asked you, did he eat pork? Because after you said about the Christmas and all that shit,
he never ate pork, which is not weird to me because my daughter don't like pork either. So, he never ate pork, but I used to make a shrimp pasta that he ate. I used to make chicken. I used to make stuffed potato or stuffed peppers. Man, he loved my cooking.
Yeah, we don't care about none of that shit. We laughing at that shrimp because he ain't supposed to be eating no damn shrimp. He not supposed to be eating that shit.
The only thing he told me he didn't eat was pork. He didn't like pork. And that didn't throw me off because my daughter, my youngest, she's picky too. She don't like pork. She don't like this. She don't like that. So that didn't fade me. Like I said, there was a lot of things that and when I found out about that other assault, I tried to because everybody has a past. everybody has a past. I'm
Right.
not going to take that off. Everybody has a past, and I'm willing to give anybody a chance, like anybody. And so when things started not making sense and I would question him, he would have a reason for it, and I'd be like, okay, whatever, but I tried to give him that chance, and he just kept lying and kept lying. And I told him, be honest with me. Just be honest with me. Like, I can forgive. People have a past. And then when I found that assault charge that he had, he was like, did you, the text message that I sent, he was like, you don't know the whole story. You should read the police report. She tried to rip my balls off, so I headbutted her. What?
Now, how he get into how a motherfucker get into predicament to where a woman could snatch his balls off? So that means he was ass naked talking shit up in that woman's face. Probably like how he was up in your face talking shit when you trying to order the goddamn pizza for your daughter. I could just imagine him ass naked. They suck my dick and shit. The bitch just try to snatch his.
That wasn't me. That was from another woman.
I know, but I'm saying he probably was up in her face like he was up in your face, but he was ass naked in front of her. You know what I'm saying? And with his shit out, and this bitch like, all right, you want to talk all that shit? All right. Got the long, women got the long nails and shit. But bitch trying to snatch his goddamn balls off and shit. I bet he won't do shit. No. I bet before he talks some shit, he makes sure he got some clothes on.
He's always having an excuse as to why he's hitting a woman, and I have the proof. I have the paperwork that he admits to headbutting her because she tried to rip his balls off.
You hear this shit, Clyde? The link shit. I put the link in the chat and shit. You hear that motherfucker, yo? My shit could have died a little bit, but fucking, this shit is hilarious, yo. This shit is just too much for a motherfucker, yo. Dead ass.
You should call me later. I could talk more when I'm not at work. I just got it. I don't want to, I got employees here that I need to respect too.
Yep, but we did a good one here and shit. We gonna do another one and shit too. Fucking, we gotta get out of this Rob, because Clyde Diva gotta show them pictures of Rob Rack and with the cowboy chaps and the booty shorts. Clyde, you have to show that shit. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it. I'll do it with no remorse. Because I've been telling motherfuckers about him and shit. That's what he get for trying to threaten to kill people. And what makes it worse,
turns to these people that he hates.
Yeah.
That says a lot about your character.
Yup. JJ going to Judah Nazareth now trying to go at me. I'm like, you going to the wrong motherfucker, nigga. You better off on your own trying to go at me than going to Judah Nazareth to go at me. Because I ran Judah Nazareth off the internet for like 6 months. This nigga's about to kill himself. And when I drop a video on him, he does those suicide watch videos where, the Most High, the Most High, I have a feeling the Most High isn't with me. And my Altacuria is breaking out. Nigga, you know what his Altacuria shit with his face swallowed like Rocky Dennis from the movie Mask with Cher and shit. I be making that nigga face swell up like a goddamn ballpark Frank. Ballpark hot dogs, they plump when they cook them. Fucking swallow that nigga face up, yo. That nigga be ready to kill his motherfucking self. And that's the only motherfucker on this earth, I swear to God, yo, that would say I'm about to kill myself. I wouldn't even stop that motherfucker. I'd be like, do it, you bitch ass nigga, do it. I'd be like, do it. He don't, and I got a whole bunch of enemies and shit. I never wish no shit like that on them. But that motherfucker right there, I don't give a fuck. And I'd be like, yo, his kid's better off and shit. His kid's okay now. Well, they okay now anyway, because his wife and shit, kids don't pay no attention to that. But all of them, they want to click up now on old Killer B. And they can't stop me because they don't never have nothing. Now, I showed them my face up on there, the old blurry version and shit of it. But Clyde Diva, is this the motherfucker? I know it's blurry and shit. Do this even look like the motherfucker that's on that shit? Nigga, you know what I look like. I don't know why that shit. That big. Oh, that's the sun behind me. I was like, yo, what the fuck is that? This motherfucker you looking at don't look nothing like the motherfuckers in the goddamn videos and shit. Don't look nothing like them motherfuckers and shit. The Yagi B shit. They said the pedophile shit and the shit where Judah Nazareth say he found me on a gay roster website and shit. I'm like, my first question is, what the fuck you doing on the gay roster website? And what's funny, after the shit Clyde dropped, this motherfucker here, you know what I'm saying? Well, Carla, hold on, let me finish this shit up first. But after, wait, damn, I lost my goddamn thought. This shit, fuck. Oh yeah, the gay roster website bullshit, right? I forgot my thought. But she says, I don't feel like Carla deserves to be attacked in this case at all. Now we're gonna address that. The first video I did on mentioning Carla, right? I said I didn't want to go at her and shit, but she choosing to defend her, and she should be ashamed of herself for this thing. She knows this happened to this woman, whether she deserved it, whether she did something to him or not. A man ain't got to do that. A man is smarter than that. A man can walk out that goddamn door. And if he worked and shit, he could call an Uber, he could call a cab, he could get on the bus, train, call a friend, or whatever. Go for a motherfucking walk. Right? And she has been pressing this shit. Like she don't like, God damn, motherfucker. Oh shit. But creepy ass fucking killing me. Shit. So goddamn, that fucked my whole thought process up. Goddamn shit. But fucking damn. God, come on, nigga, help me out here.
What do you need help with? What are you trying to remember?
Nigga's so slow on this shit. Nigga's so slow on this shit.
I was listening to it for the majority of it, but the funny thing is, I remember when that whole thing about the roster thing came out, and he's like, "Yeah, we got a picture of Killer B," and I'm like, no.
Yep. Because I don't show my face, because there's a lot of creepy, weird people out there that just do all types of shit with your picture and shit. And it's my choice. This is the internet. I'm anonymous on the internet, and that's just what it is. I don't have Jeremiah Jew's like, show your face, dog. Show your face. Show your face. I'm like, no. No. Like, you're not gonna make me show my face. Like, for what?
Or
how about you cover yours?
If you remember Judah yelling, "Take your shirt off, take your shirt off."
Yeah, take your shirt off, nigga. Take your shirt off. and notice, remember when he took his shirt off? You see any stab wounds? Because remember, he telling us that he was with Malcolm X's grandson at Kent University, fighting back to back, fighting the KKK and skinheads back to back, and he got stabbed 14 times. When Judah first said that, right, I went and tried to look, and he said, you can find it. You can look it up, right? I looked up that shit for days. I couldn't find nothing on it. And then we had Joel. Remember Joel and shit? Joel don't like my ass now and shit. But Joel was a member of the Black Studies, the African American Studies or whatever at Kent University. At the time, Judah said this happened. And he said if there was any incident like that, he would have known about it. He was at the college. He was active in the Black Studies department in the college. And they said there was any kind of rally or anything like that would have happened, he would have known about it. That's just a lie. To ask Judah Nazareth to show his stab wounds. No 14 stab wounds. Because there was never any 14 stab wounds. Judah Nazareth was a goddamn rock and roller. That nigga had the leather armbands and playing Metallica and shit. In the picture, you try to put, oh, these are my ladies back in the day. See, Judah Nazareth had fine women. That was his fucking sister. I done found her on the internet. The other sister, not the gay one and shit that looked like a tranny and shit. He got another sister. I found her like a couple months ago. That's the woman that's in the picture that he put up. That's the woman that's in the picture. That's his sister. Judah Nazareth up there telling people to play with his booty hole and shit and gonna lie about it. Clyde, you know how there's websites and you can't put your use the same username as somebody else? Well, this was that type of website called hiphopdm.com. And so you can go to it now. Hip Hop DX, I think it's called. You just type in Judah Nazura, but his old name that he refuses to say that was his. And when he came on YouTube, that was his name. Nazura, Judah Nazura. And when he came out, like you Google that, it's gonna bring you to websites that he was on before 2012 when he came on YouTube. And you're gonna see that what he was saying. He was like, and I believe that he's like, what you call that shit? Got split personality and shit. Because he talks like, sometimes he'll talk real crazy, and then time he'll try to talk real calm and shit like that. Like he weird. And he was asking people to play with his booty hole. And you know what? And I thought yesterday after Clyde dropped the video, oh, Tia dropped off. All right, Tia, I'll catch you later. After the thing, the booty hole and shit, right? I thought about it. I'm like, he the one that brought Rob Rack around everybody. So how did he make Rob Rack? And then I thought about it. Rob Rack showed his Israelite garment or whatever, which wasn't a real Israelite garment for any camp, but it was like a suit, a white shirt, button-up shirt with the Rasta lion on, like the Lion of Judah with the red, yellow, and green flag. So did Judah find Rob Rack on a gay Rasta website? You know, all you gotta do, that's what Killer B do. He follows the bread trails. I follow the breadcrumbs. And that's how I get these motherfuckers. Because they get caught, they talk too much. And when they talking, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. Like I pay attention when people say shit. And yo, the nigga, this shit crazy, Clyde. This shit crazy. And he's setting you up, Clyde, straight up. He's setting you up. Now, he might go at you now that you over here. He's gonna call you all out your name, call kind of B's and H's and like, know how you do in the pot? He gonna do you just like that. And that's not the first one he done like that. Adara, Amber Borum, and Amber, old stupid ass and shit, gonna run back over there and shit. Like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with her ass and shit. Like, she should be ashamed of herself because all the shit he did to her and did to all of us, and we was all in the same group, for him to go back over there, just like Chris Harris bitch ass and shit. When he got mad at me for no reason because his bitch ass feelings was hurt, what did he do? He ran straight to motherfucking Judah Nazareth. He ran straight to motherfucking Judah Nazareth. Do not pass. He ran straight to that motherfucker. So that showed me he wasn't down with the movement from jump. Killer B ain't changed since day one and ain't gonna change. I'm 100 all the time. If I ain't 100, I'm 1,000. And motherfuckers know how I get down, and they can try me. Straight up. Motherfuckers can try me. Straight like that. And why my phone all dark and shit? Oh, battery about to die on this bitch. I'm at 5%, y'all. I'm gonna have to close this thing up. But yeah, Clyde, just look at them old videos, like the Narcissist video. Yeah, like the old videos. You gotta go to them shits. Like they long. Just like you don't have to watch the whole shit. Just pick a spot in that shit and hit it. Judah Nazareth try to do a witchcraft curse on us and shit. Hebrews like doing witchcraft for all of our families and children to die. He said, we hope your kids. Told Chris Harris that he hope his newborn child and stuff die. Trey Thomas that was down with us, he had a newborn. He said he hoped the kid dies, your wife die, your mama and your daddy die, all the shit. Know why? Because we try to correct his wrong. We went to him in the Torah and said, you did wrong. First, I went to him, right? He didn't listen. Then I got somebody else to go with me to him. He ain't listen. Then we brought the congregation to it. And then the nigga just went ape shit. And called himself leaving. He taking Torah nights. Nah, we Torah nights, nigga. We threw you out. Yahweh spewed you out because we following this book. And you call yourself a priest. Now, Clyde, you see how he act. Where's that shit in the scriptures? Slandering people, calling all types of bitches hoes and shit. He not even supposed to be on people platforms that's doing wickedness. So this shit, like, yo, we 1,000 over here. Me, Negi, Springfield. I got Alon still an Israelite. Alon's still an Israelite. I be working on him and shit. Alon like 80% out of that motherfucker. Like he's still an Israelite, but he followed that shit the way I used to. Like Alon was like me when I was a Hebrew Israelite. Like he followed that shit. Like he dead ass with that shit. And he don't have to be like a racist motherfucker or none of that shit. He just live his life as like the doctrine. Like, you know what I'm saying? That we Israelite, we supposed to follow this book. And there's no reason to get mad at white people because God put those motherfuckers on us. You know what I'm saying? That's how I did that shit. I had white friends. White friends knew what the fuck I was doing. The white women and stuff I dated, they knew who the fuck I was. Taught them a doctrine, you know, but I would try to like, you know, say like, yo, you find out your granddaddy and shit could have been black or Irish or some shit. He could be an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? So I try to push that on the chick, like Tia and shit. I would have been like, yo, you Sicilian? You know, like the Moors was in Sicily and stuff. So your ancestors could have been Israelites. So if you listen to these scriptures and stuff like that, you an Israelite too. I had a Sicilian chick, bad as fuck, bitch, looked like goddamn porn model, motherfucker, like straight up. And I had her cuss some motherfucking white people out, tell them they gonna die and everything, nigga. I was a real motherfucker, straight up. You couldn't fuck with me. I ain't lie about shit. I can get my white friends up on here. They'll tell you. I can get my best friend up on here. He believes he was an Israelite because he is Native American. He had Native American in his family, but he didn't follow on that shit. But I did, and he'll tell you how I got down. He tell you quick. He's straight. He white. And he'll tell you how I got down. And we still cool to this day. We talk like every day. I didn't play that shit. Somebody talking about happy birthday. I wouldn't wish no little kid. And the kids next door, they be like, oh, my birthday today. I'd be like, so? I wouldn't wish them happy birthday. I'd be in the house with them, and I wouldn't know it was the birthday. They come in there with a cake. I go in the other room, and they singing happy birthday. I wouldn't be singing a motherfucking thing. Christmas come and stuff. I'd be like, they'd be like, Merry Christmas and shit. I'd be like, fuck your cracker ass Christmas. Dead ass. That's how I got down. Dead ass. I ain't went to one family function in 22 motherfucking years. No birthdays, no Father's Days, none of that shit. Now you got Alizar at his gay daddy Father's Day celebration with all his LGBT sisters and brothers and his wives and shit dressed like motherfucking hoes according to the Bible. With mini skirts on and short and tight ass jeans. We're that in the scriptures. Ain't none of them motherfuckers was wearing fringes. Think I don't know where that shit. I find everybody's shit. His daddy name is Donald Glaude and shit. His dad's a famous fucking world-renowned techno DJ. Donald Glaude. Go look him up. You can find videos with him dressed in drag and kissing gay motherfuckers with the rainbow shit around his neck. Straight like that. I dare somebody to call me a motherfucking lie. Call me a motherfucking lie. I bulldoze all these motherfuckers up out here. I'm the GOAT. For real, I'm the Billy motherfucker. Bad motherfucker. I got them horns and shit. I keep my horns sharp, motherfucker. So any last words, Neggy? Cause my shit about to die, like real talk.
Any last words? No, I don't got any.
Yup. So, you know what I'm saying? Praise Satan, motherfucker. Sister Cherry gonna get my ass and shit. I sent the link to Sister Cherry. She supposed to come up on here. I thought she was gonna come on, but she probably had school or work or something like that. Cherry would have knocked all that shit down. Like Cherry don't play that shit. So yeah, so this is real shit. So I'll be back on this motherfucker again. I'm gonna do a video on that pedophile video that they say I'm in and stuff later. So I'm gonna do a video on that and drop that stuff a little bit later. So with that, y'all, I'm up out of here. I'm Killer B, the goddamn witch finder general. You got a witch, I'm burning motherfucking asses up. Peace. And thanks to Miss Tia for coming out here. We can get more of her up on here and shit. Tell the truth about this son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'll see you next time, man.